Hello there, I'm John Caruso and welcome to our Automotive Industries Insights series. And today we'll be speaking to Brett Mills, a dealer principal with Ken Mills Toyota, Nambour and Maroochydore. Brett, there's a lot of global discussion about how the automotive industry reduces emissions. Toyota often talks about a multi-pathway approach. What does that mean?
Well, the theory is that multiple forms of technology may be required in order to satisfy what's required by the consumer, as well as meet legislative requirements around carbon reduction. So what's a manufacturer like Toyota saying? If I'm blunt about it, what they're saying is battery electric cars aren't going to be the solution for all consumers and all vehicle types, or the best solution. Every form of technology that's developed to lower carbon emissions currently comes with some complication for the consumer, or something I'm not used to, or something not quite as good as my previous, petrol guzzling car. They come with their benefits too, don't get me wrong, but, for example, battery electric cars, they require more frequent charging. It takes longer. There's hydrogen we'll talk about in a moment, but, there's lack of infrastructure. There's lack of infrastructure for EVs. So I guess what the likes of Toyota are saying is, in order to make the experience of people owning vehicles which are more carbon friendly, we believe there's a bunch of technologies that are actually needed. So Toyota's multi-pathway approach specifically talks about battery electric vehicles, definitely part of the future. Talks about plug-in hybrids, talks about hydrogen fuel cell, zero emission vehicles, and a small number of combustion cars in order to satisfy both the market and the requirements around carbon.
It's an interesting conversation. You and I have discussed this over a long period of time, and you've always spelt out Toyota's pathway to this. And I like the wording you've used in the past, how it's part of a larger puzzle and not the answer. But often you still see on social media and even in news stories where people still push one particular pathway over the other. But I like Toyota's approach in terms of all of those areas that they're exploring.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had this explained to me by very intelligent people. And when you sort of peel the onion back, it is also goes deeper into how energy is produced and used. So when you're then explained how hydrogen can potentially be produced, it can become a relatively inexpensive item to produce. It's one of the most abundant elements on Earth. So it's got its pros and cons, right? But when you potentially layer over a cost element, it's inexpensive to produce, or it can become that way.
Toyota.